Shri Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shavaita Radha Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद जय
Jai
श्री
Shri
कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य
Chaitanya
प्रभु
Prabhu Nityananda
नित्यानंद श्री
Shavaita
अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि
Sivasadi Gaura
गौरभक्तवृंद
Bhaktivinoda
जय
Jai Shri
श्री कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य प्रभु
Chaitanya Prabhu
नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत
Nityananda
गदाधर श्रीवासादि
Vasudeva
गौरभक्तवृंद
Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण Hare Krishna dear devotees. So today is Thursday. It is 3rd of October. It is Ashwini Masa or Padmanabha Masa. And Sukla Paksham, the first day of the Sukla Paksha, it is a Pajani or Pratipa. So today there are two events. One is the Navaratri starts today, and then another thing, Rosh Hashanah, something like that. It is kind of a Jewish year, maybe New Year kind of thing for them. So those are the two events. But this Navaratri, it was for next 9 days. There are so many devotees who celebrate, especially throughout India, for the next 9 days. He's worshipping of Goddess Durga. Okay, so the Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, Daivihi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Dhrutyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadhyante Mayam Vedam Tarantite. So it is very difficult to cross this Maya. So here Durga Devi is the in charge of this material world, and she is the representative of the Lord. And she is Srushti Siti Pralaya Sadhana Tektireka Chaya Vyasya Bhunani Bhakti Durga Ichanurupam Apiyasya Chesta Tesa Govinda Madhu Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So she is the shadow energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So she does according to the wish of the Supreme Lord to maintain, to create, and to destroy this material world. Okay, so here, so we need blessings of Durga Mata as well. So devotees, they take this devotion to Durga Devi. So for next 9 days, the many sects, devotees of Durga, they worship Durga Devi like that. Okay, so that is from the events perspective, but uh, we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Brahma speaking to Narada Muni, so describing all the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, so there is nothing beyond the Supreme Lord Krishna. So, O Narada Muni, my dear child, so whatever I have explained to you, this is called Bhagavatam. So what, and I have explained very briefly. You just describe and expand further. Likewise, Brahma says to Narada Muni, Idam Bhagavatam Nama Yenme Bhagavatoditam Sangrahoyam Vibhutinam Tvam Etad Vipulikuru. Vipulikuru. You describe and you expand further. Sangrahoyam Vibhutinam. All Krishna's pastimes and opulences and glories. Vibhutinam. Tvam Etad Vipulikuru. You describe and expand further. So after saying that, and Brahma is saying to Narada Muni, how you need to be describing to the living entities in general. He says that you have to say and explain in such a way that living entities, all the human beings, especially human beings, they need to take the devotional service. In such a way, you have to determine to explain to them. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 7, verse number 52. यथा हरो भगवती नृणां भक्तिर्भविष्यति सर्वात्मनि अखिलाधारे इति संकल्प्य वर्णय यथा हरो भगवती. So as much as yata, in such a way, haru bhagavati nunam bhaktir bhavishyati. Haru, the supreme personality of Godhead, Hari, Bhagavati, he is the supreme Lord. Nunam bhaktir bhavishyati, in such a way that all the human beings, nunam bhaktir bhavishyati, they will take up to the devotional service onto the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. Yata haru bhagavati nunam bhaktir bhavishyati. Sarvatmani Akiladhare. Sarvatmani Akiladhare. The Lord who is all pervading. Sarvatmani, who is the absolute all. Sarvatmani Akiladhare. And onto the Samaman Bonam, who is the shelter of everything. Akila Adhare. Iti Sankalpya Varnaya. In such a way, in this way, thus Sankalpya by determination, Varnaya you describe. It is not a simply just go and say for the sake of formality's sake. Not like that. With determination, sankalpya varnaya, so that people will take to the devotional service. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni, it is a strong instruction to Narada Muni by the spiritual master. What spiritual master says to his disciple? You, whatever you have heard, bhakta sutta gruhitaya, whatever you have heard, you go and describe with determination, so that yataharo bhagavati nunam bhaktir bhavishyati, so that people will take to the devotional service onto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Sarvapni Akiladhare, who is all pervading absolute all, and who is Samaman Bhonam, who is shelter of everything. Likewise, Brahma is saying to Narada Muni, यथा हरो भगवती नृणां भक्तिर्भविष्यति सर्वात्मनि अखिलाधारे इति संकल्प्य वर्णय. So translation for this verse. Please describe the science of Godhead with determination and in a manner by which it will be quite possible for the human being to develop transcendental devotional service onto the personality of Godhead, Hari, the super soul of every living being and the summum bonum source of all energies. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any voluntary devotees today to read this purport, please?
Okay,
Hare
can
Krishna.
I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam is the philosophy of devotional service and the scientific presentation of man's relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prior to the age of Kali, there was no need for such a book of knowledge to know the Lord and his energies. But with the beginning of the age of Kali, human society gradually became influenced by four sinful principles, namely illegitimate connection with women, intoxication, gambling, and unnecessary killing.
Mataji, we can't hear
It's
you.
good. Sorry for me.
Unnecessary killing of?
Animals.
Yeah, continue from there.
Because of these basic sinful acts, man gradually became forgetful of his eternal relationship with God. Therefore, man became blind, so to speak, to his ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is not to pass a life of irresponsibility like the animals and indulge in a polished way in the four animals' principles, namely eating, sleeping, fearing, and mating. For such a blind human society in the darkness of ignorance. Srimad Bhagavatam is the torchlight to see things in proper perspective. Therefore, it was necessary to describe the science of God from the very beginning or from the very birth of the phenomenal world. As we have already explained, Srimad Bhagavatam is so scientifically presented that any sincere student of this great science will be able to understand the science of good simply by reading it with attention or simply by regularly hearing it from the bona fide speaker. Everyone is hankering after happiness in life, but in this age, the member of human society, blind as they are, do not have the proper vision that the personality of Godhead is the receiver of all happiness because he is the ultimate source of everything. Janma. Mm, yes, everything. Janmadaya Ashya Yataham. Happiness in complete perfection without hindrance can be achieved only by our devotional relationship with Him. It is only by His association that we can get free of distressful material existence. Even those who are after the enjoyment of His material world can also take a shelter of the good, a great science of Srimad Bhagavatam, and they will be successful at the end. Narada is therefore requested or ordered by his spiritual master to present this science with determination and in good plan. Narada was never advised to preach the principle of Bhagavatam to earn a livelihood. He was ordered by his spiritual master to take the matter very seriously in a missionary spirit. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you so much, Mataji. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining Srimad Bhagavatam is the philosophy of devotional service and the scientific presentation of man's relationship with the personality of Godhead. But people, they are engaging in the sense gratification and contaminated with four different kinds of condemned activities, namely illegitimate connection with women, intoxication, gambling, and killing of animals. Because of that, they lose the proper intelligence, smriti. There is no buddhi as well. So they are influenced by the age of Kali. So that's why they are in the forgetful position of the Supreme Lord. Because of these sinful acts, man gradually became forgetful of his eternal relation with God. Therefore, man become blind, so to speak, his ultimate goal of life. So once he forgets Krishna, then he doesn't know what is the ultimate goal of life. So, and the ultimate goal of life is not to pass a life of irresponsibility like the animals and indulge in the philosophy polished way in the four animal principles, namely eating, sleeping, and mating and defending. So that is the blindness. But there is a higher purpose than that. Only humans have got um, such kind of higher principles. They can understand. This is Atato Brahma Jnasa, knowing about the Supreme Lord, his eternal position as a soul. Such a blind humans sit in the darkness of ignorance. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is a torchlight to see things in proper perspective. This is Krishna Sudamopakade Dharma Jnanadivisaha Kalunasha Dushamesha Puranarko Adunoditaha. Purana Arka Adunoditaha. Arka is the sun, just like a sun giving the light to the entire universe. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam is a torchlight to see the things in the proper perspective. So it is necessary to describe the signs of God from the very beginning or from the very birth of the phenomenal world. We have to explain this one. So nowadays education needs to be having Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam as the compulsory subjects from beginning of the lower kindergarten onwards. That is mandatory. Otherwise, people will go like animals. They grown up like animals to work in the factories and just based everything economy centered, economy based. That kind of life, it is always in the misery. It is not that one. It as long as one is having a deity worship or temple as a center point, economy should be the temple is the center point, not the sense gratification. Then the all society, the children who have got the education from the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, are the minimum as the needed for maintaining the body, as the art of education to maintain the body. That is sufficient. Then all his livelihood and his community is completely centered based on the temple only. Then life will be perfect. They do not have to be going and borrowing so much of money from the society or banks and from so many people to exploit their lives further. And no need of fridges, no need of washing machines, no need of anything at all. A simple life is sufficient. One, it was the previous life. We have seen this one practically, how people were very peaceful. Though there was a little bit of hard work, people's stamina, body stamina was very large. It is very good extent. Now, people have got all facilities, their stamina is very less. And they have got so much of intelligence, but there is no happiness. So this is the way of life. People's heart, love and loving relationship between the people, everything is based on the temple where the Krishna is being worshipped, Vishnu temples, Krishna, Rama, all these temples. So these are all how the relationship is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. As we have explained, Srimad Bhagavatam is so scientifically presented that any sincere student of this great science will be able to understand the science of God simply by reading it with attention or simply by regularly hearing it from the bona fide speaker. So these are the activities of the person, the intelligent soul. Everyone is hankering after happiness in life, but in this age, the members of human society, blind as they are, do not have the proper vision that personality of Godhead is the reservoir of all happiness because he is the ultimate source of everything. Janmadhyasya. And then Prabhupada mentions that happiness in complete perfection without hindrance can be achieved only by devotional relationship with him. And it is Sevoन्मुखे Jihvada Swaimev Sprutyadaha. When we engage in the devotional service, Krishna reveals himself. When he reveals himself, then one would derive highest happiness that is in complete perfection. And it is only by his association that we can get free of distressful material existence. Distressful material existence. This is Asevayayam Prakrtir Jnanena Vairagya Vijrumbitena Yogena Maya Apitayacha Bhaktya Mam Pratyagatmanam Iha Avarunde Mam Pratyagatmanam Iha Avarunde. In this material world, while we are living here, we attain that kind of liberation when we are engaged not in the material but except in the devotional service. We carry out devotional service to the Lord, not to the material activities for sense gratification. So even those who are after enjoyment of this material world can also take the shelter of the great signs of Srimad Bhagavatam and they will be successful at the end. So here, so either it is previously Brahma also mentioned that either it is material or bhav subhav vihitasya satah prasiddhihi. Either material or the spiritual, everything is connected to Krishna that become very happy and perfect. That is the Srimad Bhagavatam gives such kind of signs and they will be successful at the end. So Narada Muni is therefore requested or ordered by his spiritual master to present the signs with determination and in good plan. This is very important instruction. So here we see an example is Srila Prabhupada has taken that instruction by his spiritual master Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami and he did it. So that is in the beginning, the first meeting of Prabhupada with his spiritual master, then itself he explained. You just go and give this to the world, English speaking world, and Prabhupada did it. that is determination and in good plan. Narada was requested or ordered by his spiritual master like that. Narada was never addressed to preach the principles of Bhagavatam to earn a livelihood, like professional reciters of Srimad Bhagavatam. Not like that. But here, one who is speaking, he should not take any remuneration or any kind of benefits from it to earn it for his livelihood. He was ordered by his spiritual master to take the matter very seriously in a missionary spirit. This is very serious. Seriously in a missionary spirit. Very important, very strong point. एतावती एव शुश्रूषा. So here, um, Brahma says to Kardama Prajapati, his son, so, oh my dear son, you just go and get married and expand your children, expand the progeny by begetting so many good children. At that time, once he did that one, uh, the Lord comes to him and then he mentions this particular statement. Bhadamiti anumanyeta gaurvena gururvachaha. Bhadamiti anumanyeta. Whenever the father or spiritual master says, Bhadamiti, yes sir, I will do it. Likewise, yes my dear father, I will do it. Bhadamiti gauravena gururvachaha. With so much of respect, he has to execute that one. But O Kadama Prajapati, you did it. Now Brahma is saying to another son, Narada Muni, he is either ordering or requesting. So one has to take seriously, like Prabhupada did it, and that same instruction applies to in all kinds of levels. Okay, either it is Prabhupada level or his disciples level, and next level like that. The statement from beginning from Brahma down to everyone, it applies. So this is likewise Brahma is saying to Narada Muni that. यथाहरो भगवती नृणाम भक्तिर भविष्यति सर्वात्मन अखिलाधारे इति संकल्प्य वर्णया. With greater determination you just go and expand. This is Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so that is only way for the happy human society. That is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall quickly move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I just had a connection with the story of Shibari. What's her name? The Shabari.
Shabari Ramchandra.
Yes, waited for Ram and served the Lord in a simple form, and she lived simply. And I connect with what you had to say about simplicity, not having all these modern, knickknacks and getting entangled in the material world. She simply lived day to day, just doing simple things, picking berries and sweeping and cleaning for the Lord. And He did come to her, and she got liberation after many years. Yes, I remember that beautiful story. And she kept berries for Lord Rama.
Yes.
Is that right? Did I get it right?
Yes, Mataji. So she
So
followed exactly what her spiritual master said.
That's right. She followed her spiritual master's rule, a bit like Prabhupada. And as you were telling the story, reading this, I just recalled the simplicity and the servant of the Lord, how sincere it was. And despite anything else, she kept on. All the hurdles she experienced, she just kept on.
Yes. So Shabari, sure. She is the woman living in the forest, and when her parents wanted to marry her, parents wanted to marry her to someone. So at that time, she didn't like that idea. She was escaped, and then she came to the Matangarishi, uh, and then Matangarishi. So there is the ashrama. She was sleeping in their ashrama without their notice. And then she doesn't want to be quietly, but she wanted to render some service to them. And then before they wake up, she used to serve all these Matangarish and his disciples, the ashrama, cleaning everything and doing some kind of all decorations, bringing flowers, everything. And in the morning, by the Matanga Rishi, he wakes up and sees that everything is ready. He was so pleased. And then he asked who has done that, but no one has acknowledged that. Later on, it happened like for a few days, and then later on, but it was continuing. On one day, they have understood that someone is doing, and then they came to know that this Shabari, she is already serving them. And then later on, uh, Matang Rishi mentions that we should not take the service just simply like that. We will be indebted to other people. So they will be indebted. But here, Shabari has done so much of service to the devotees here, Matanga Rishi and his disciples.
Mm.
And then, so Matanga Rishi, he appreciated her service and said that, so now we are leaving this ashrama. You stay here, and you, on one day, the Supreme Personality of Godhead come to you, and you will see him face to face because of your service to us. And he says to Shabari and then goes. Since that day, she is always keeping that ashrama very clean and nice and waiting for the Rama. So, with all the flowers and fruits bringing when the Lord is going to come. After so many years of waiting and doing since her childhood, that when she was very young age, from that point of time, she has been waiting until she became very old. Every day she brings flowers and fruits and everything, cleaning and everything, getting ready for Rama to come to ashrama. So later on, that became true, and Ramchandra has met her face to face.
Mm.
So that is the determination of a uh,
True devotee, yeah.
yes,
Yes, and I remembered, there have been individuals like that, and people used to laugh at them, and thinking, what's that silly old lady doing? When they're so determined and they carry on and carry on, simply, cleaning themselves and then going to the temple, cleaning the temple, and so nice, isn't it?
yes,
Beautiful. That's a beautiful story. And I think she fed Lord Ram with the berries, didn't she?
yes, yes,
Is it
Mataji.
the same story?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Wonderful, yeah.
So to describe this one, there is a very beautiful thing to describe and so much of context, but this is the short in a nutshell.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Are we still reading Ramayana?
Yes, Mataji, on Sunday.
Yeah,
Coming Sunday, yes, we are.
thank you. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's just such beautiful stories there. Haribo.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is the determination. So today it is related to Brahmananda and April 20, 1970, Los Angeles. It's a small letter only. Can I request any devotees to read this letter, please? Sharanya Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My dear Brahmananda, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 18th April 1970 with copies of printing. Copies of printing. Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure, and other essays is so much attractive, and I think this book will be sold like hotcakes. I am very much satisfied with this printing work, although some of the pictures are not on the perfectional stage. On the whole, it is done very nicely. I understand that you are going to print further 50,000 copies of this book from another printer. I think this book will be sold by hundreds of thousands. Anyway, all the samples that you have sent are all satisfactory. I have no objection if Krishna book is made to the 6.5 into 9.5 size, but a picture book as suggested by the Japanese people looks nice in a little larger size. So I have no objection to any size. Whichever size you think will be nice for the market, you can do in your choice. The blown up page of NOD looks very nice. So you continue this process in the matter of NOD. Now, as there is some demand for our books, you overflood the market with big and small books, as many as possible. Here in this temple, last night they sold 6 copies of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Now the elderly people are coming to purchase our books. I understand also that you are getting good many orders. The sample BTG issue is also very attractive. So manage things to the best of your capacity, and Krishna will bless you all and give the proper intelligence also. The, co- the cover picture of the Krishna, the reservoir of pleasure, and other essays is so attractive that it bears the meaning of attractive Krishna. Thank you very much. I hope you have received by this time my check for $22,409, and I understand from Gargamani that you are going to send me counter check for $5,000. This ISKCON press insignia is very appropriately drawn. It bears the real meaning of Mridanga or press, and Mridanga are two parallel lines. The one Japanese printer has quoted for 10,000 copies of books at cost of less than $9,000. So why not print our first canto Bhagavatam from there? I have asked them if they would give free delivery to our ports at that price. So if they agree, I think the first canto Srimad Bhagavatam may be printed there. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Yes, there are some editorial mistakes in the blueprint of the topmost yoga. I am giving here with a note to Pradyumna. Please send my Bengali small prayer book. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Any take points, Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, in this letter, Prabhupada was acknowledging and appreciating the work done by the devotees there, and Prabhupada was very happy that the book came out very well, and Prabhupada was appreciating. And Prabhupada was sure that these books will sell like hotcakes because that was came out very well, and Prabhupada was also saying whatever size it may be, as Prabhupada was giving the freedom to the disciple to decide like what is the need of the market, you can decide accordingly, and you can do like that. And Prabhupada was happy that the picture on the Krishna book was very good, like as Krishna. Like Krishna is all attractive, so the picture also came out like that, and Prabhupada was very happy with that. And Prabhupada was saying like there is a need in the market, and people are getting more of our literature. So print as many as possible and flood the market with our literature. So that will help the propagation of our movement. And yes, this letter Prabhupada was appreciating and acknowledging the efforts. Yeah, and last also the printing of Bhagavatam, if it is getting in reasonable price in other printers, we can get it done from that places, because every penny counts. The money of Krishna should not be wasted. So Prabhupada was always thinking like how we can get done things in a reasonable price. So that is also Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Nicely summarized and explained. Any other points, dear devotees, you wanted to add to this letter? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. So this is like Brahma, Iti Sankalpa Varnaya. Prabhupada is propagating with greater determination all the foundation steps. Okay, now we are taking those fruits and relishing it. We need to pass it on. Whatever the number of fruits we are eating, they will never ever be satiated. They will always remain. If we are taking so many fruits, it develops that many number of fruits more than that. More and more relishing to relish next generations. Okay, so that is from this Prabhupada's letter. Thank you, Mataji. And from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got Krishna book reading by Sham Prabhuji and Ramnath Prabhuji at 8 p.m. Okay, that's all from the updates point of view. And dear devotees, so today Navaratri starts, and I request also dear devotees to contribute your experiences and what you are going to do. You wanted to share anything on Navaratris? Devotees are so much of engaging in those activities. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yeah, we go every day to Navaratri celebration where it's happening like in our hall, our own Samaj and things like that. So yeah, it was a 9 days festival would be nice.
Is that Hindu temple, Mataji?
Yeah, there are different places it's happening, like our own Samaj, like our own, like we are Kshatriya, so we have our own Samaj, so they are happening over there. In 10 days, we also some of our lady or everybody play with the sword, like on Dasera day.
Right.
And also, yeah, with and also like in Kshatriya, they say that is Kshatriya Dharma. So this was following our religions, like in our and that. So in 10 days they would do all that as well. But yeah, Garba is happening so many places within London.
Yeah, Garba dance, Dandiya Garba dances, they are very famous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Any other sharings? Okay, so that is from the updates. And also in this Vijayadashmi day, and many people, they also worship all the vehicles, the tools they use, machinery, everything. We also respect all kinds of instruments that we use in our day-to-day life that help us for our livelihood, so that to achieve the object of human life. So likewise, like cars, they worship cars as well. Many other vehicles, so many things like that. Okay, that is just one thing to share. Okay, so if there are no further updates, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
We just wanted to remind everyone, that this Saturday we have a guest speaker. She's coming first time to our Sangha from the temple. They are arranging for us. So, dear devotee, please, if you can join and encourage her. And Sunday we have a Kirtaniya coming from Calcutta. He's a very famous Kirtaniya. He'll be singing in the Haveli and on Love Feast. Very good.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhuji. So her Mataji name is Shri. Shri Mataji is going to speak on Bhagavad Gita on Saturday in our regular session. Okay, that is, thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the update. Okay, if you are all happy, we shall conclude and continue with further japa. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की
Vrinda ki jai.
जय प्रभुपाद की
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Hare Krishna conscious day everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु
Hare
नित्यानंद श्री
Nityananda
अद्वैत
Sri
गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण
Krishna
चैतन्य प्रभु
Chaitanya
नित्यानंद
Prabhu
श्री अद्वैत
Nityananda Shri
गदाधर
Vaishnava
श्रीवासादि गौर
Srivasadi
भक्तवृंद
Gaura Bhakti
जय श्री